Good morning, everybody. Hello.
Good morning.
We weren't here yesterday, so we're extra excited today.
Okay.
He's
All
awake
right.
today.
Awake.
Awake.
Awake. Wayne.
Hello, Mike.
We have Lisa going to do some psychic stuff in a little bit. But first, we want to talk to Batman.
What's up, Commissioner?
Sorry, Jeff.
It's fine.
Commissioner Gordon.
So the thing is that, and you haven't been here in a while.
No.
So here's the thing is that about 4 or 5 years ago, I said to Jeff, I said, his name is Jeff Blayman. He owns Ideal Skate Shop in Norwich, and he's all encompassing happening in Norwich. And he's how many boards are you on?
Currently two. But I'm about to take on, I think, another one for the state, which is interesting. I'm looking forward to spreading my wings a little.
Got it. So, it's and then all of a sudden, I get the announcement through the Chamber of Commerce, the Norwich Area General Chamber of Commerce, that Jeff's going to be the what do they call it?
Oh, the Grand Marshal.
The Grand Marshal. I'm like, who the is this dude? And all of a sudden, he's everywhere. And then we started, chit chatting a little bit, and finally, I just said, "You're Batman." They're like everywhere.
So it was really humbling that year too. So I was very fortunate. It was one of those years where like just stars collide or whatever. And I was the Grand Marshal. I'm a Freemason. I was Mason of the Year, and I got all these other wonderful accolades. And my mom was very proud, But the funny thing was, in every announcement, in every newspaper, they spelled my name wrong. And if that doesn't humble you, I don't know what was. It's like, you're great. We don't know your name. You're great. We don't know your name.
How do you misspell Jeff? Jeff, or even Jeffrey? Jeffrey.
One article, they left out the R and the E. It said Jeffy.
Jeffy.
Oh.
Well, I'd like to welcome Jeffy Blayman in today.
Thank you.
There you go.
So tell us about a little bit about Ideal Skate Shop.
Sure. We just celebrated our 20th anniversary on August 20th. We are a boutique, I always like to say, for skateboarding, disc golf, bicycles, and a lot of clothing. For Vans shoes, we're one of the number one distributors in the state. We carry a wider selection than any other place you can imagine. People drive an hour because the selection is unique. I always say that's a credit to Vans because they give us a catalog that's different than online. You can't find the same shoes on their website. So people drive an hour for a cool selection. So we've been there 175 Central Avenue in Norwich.
and you have about 200 square feet.
It feels like it. It's a little more, but yeah,
Is
it's
it?
cramped, man. It's
Yeah,
cramped.
it is. And you go in there, it's like there's stuff. You remember Zucker Browns back in the day?
Yes.
You know, would you walk in there and it's like, you know, you need a
Stuff
pair.
everywhere.
Yeah, you'd need a pair of khakis, and the like 70-year-old woman would go up, like she's doing, like she's at Gringotts, you know, from Harry Potter.
It's just like Gringotts. And the other thing too about it is like I will help you. If you come in first thing, I'm like, what are you here today for?
Yeah.
Because I know if you need discs, I can steer you into an area that isn't overwhelming. But if you came in with no idea, it's a lot to look at. But I know where everything is, so yeah, I try and make it easy on everybody.
So how many kids or families do you get from Jewett City? Because we have a skate park here. Do you get kids from here?
So I think demographically, I think it changes every 10 years because what happens is, I'll go back 20 years. There was a lot of kids in Jewett City that were growing up using the store when it was built. And then all those kids came to my store. There was a local store in Jewett City for a little while.
And then he ran out of his truck for a bit.
I don't know. His name was Dwayne. He had a really nice setup. And then he moved on. And so a lot of those kids, they made their way down.
It was like a mobile skate shop.
I believe
it was pretty cool.
I believe so. And then, I think that there's just always going to be these lulls where there aren't as many high school age skateboard kids interested in the market. And then there'll be another group of them when some people move into town. So it's probably coming, if anything.
Everything's cyclical.
Always.
Yep. So one of the things that we talk about all the time, Wayne and I talk about, is like the mill rate in this town.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest with you, I get snarky sometimes. And I'll say, figure that.
No, that
No.
never happens.
And people will complain about the mill rate here, or they'll complain it like Lisa in Plainfield or something like that. And I just say, well, move to Norwich, where the mill rate is crazy.
Yeah, it's in the 40s.
But you
45,
guys are
something like that. Yeah,
Huh?
44, 45, somewhere around
yeah.
there.
So, but you guys are bringing in business, are you not?
Yeah. To that end, I feel one of the main components of it is having a really good economic development team. For us, we're very fortunate. We ended up getting Kevin Brown. He came in to become the president of NCDC, which is Norwich Community Development Corporation, with his two right-hand men, Mary Riley and Devin Schleit.
Are we talking two dogs?
No, that's
Oh.
Bruce. But yeah,
That's Bruce Bozen.
Bruce is cool.
Oh, sorry.
He's a cool dude. This guy Kevin Brown came in. He was formerly the chairman of the tribe, and they are just gung ho on new business. I say too, though, a lot of it comes down to how much money is in the kitty, because we constantly bond money to put aside to put towards programs that help to do code correction, lease rebate. We were given up to 25% of your lease back to over a period of time, but we pay it quarterly. The code correction was 50 cents on the dollar for up to $100,000 if you had bring your building up to code.
Mhm.
One of the last things was there's one other aspect of it. I can't remember at the moment, but yeah, we had a third component. And so it basically gave people initiative, a reason to try. But as you stated earlier too, though, people kind of start businesses sometimes without a full plan in intact. So,
They just kind of jump in.
I think it's easy. It's really not easy to start a business.
No, not at all. You're prime example.
Yeah.
I mean, because you do a lot of new age stuff,
Yes.
right? And you had a shop here in Jewett City. It worked out, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out because of lack of customers or anything like that.
No, I have a pretty good following for my business, and
Yeah.
it didn't work out because of building issues. So
Yeah. So you moved to Plainfield.
Yeah.
But there's a definite business side to it too, which I don't think a lot of people know of. They don't realize.
Yeah.
So what do you think the biggest difference is than just doing like energy work and that kind of stuff to as a hobby, perhaps, to all of a sudden doing it as a business?
what do I think the difference is? Stress.
Okay. Jeff's smiling. I'm smiling. I get it. Wayne's
Honestly.
retired. He doesn't care.
That's it.
Yeah.
But I understand stress.
Scott Fryer says, "Nice shirt, buddy."
absolutely.
Epicure.
Our buddies at Epicure. Absolutely.
And of course, he's fangirling, going, "Jeff!"
I love it.
That's what he did.
Stuff, Scott.
So that's part of the problem, I think, in Griswold is that I don't know if it's the economic development team, but I don't think we have things in place, or programs in place to say. Now I could be wrong, but I don't think that we do. Do you know of any? Because like tax abatements,
I know there's been some talk about, when you bring business in, the first thing they're asking about is tax abatements and stuff like that. You're going to cut me a deal to bring in, so I bring my business and you're going to cut me a deal, that kind of stuff. And
right.
And Griswold right now, they have to. The problem is the human condition is they want it nowadays, right now. Like you said earlier, it's the long game, So in the long run, what's good for the town? So if you have to get business in here and you got to, maybe not take as much tax, revenue from the customer coming in with the business, then but in the long run, you're going to get this revenue, and that you got to, that's what you got to do.
So
Best for the
They should
town.
support
Right.
support the businesses in town too.
Right. You gotta
advertise them on the town website and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I think we could do better in focusing on, being customer or business focused. I don't think the town has been doing that well with it. And that was one of the discussions during the campaigns on both sides with Tina and I,
Yep.
Talking about how can we change our focus on bringing business in. First thing is Tina's priority is getting the infrastructure project done.
Right.
And like you had already pointed out, once we get that, then you're going to start seeing the dominoes fall.
I think so. Yeah.
you know?
So there's been an infrastructure project that was approved 5 years ago.
2019.
Yeah, 4 years ago. They haven't done anything with it yet, and this is up 164. Petromax is and Stotts. They finally leveled Stotts. It's gone.
Yeah.
And they
that
start.
was so sad.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
And then we got the
Part of my
grant.
childhood. Yeah.
We do have some money. They're right now they're straightening out the money situation. They're changing the project a little bit. So the money will fix running the pipes across the highway and down that land.
There's no infrastructure over there.
Right. So
Sure.
once they
At
put
all.
the sewer and water in over there, then we got one project over there called Heritage River.
Mhm.
Then that's still not concrete right now from what I hear. So there's more discussions on that.
Is 164 considered a state road?
No.
Okay, because for us, 165 is. So, like a lot of times when you have to do projects on 165 or deal with it, suddenly it adds
Oh,
another.
wait a
No,
minute.
actually, it's
Oh, it is-
164
it
is
is a state road.
164
I'm
is a
sorry.
state
Yeah,
road.
yeah.
Yes,
I goofed.
because they ran into the problem with they were not going to pave the road, and they were waiting for us to do the project to run the pipe.
Yep.
Well, we
So then
waited.
they
They
can
waited
pave
too
after
long,
it's
and
done.
they basically said, "We're not waiting for you anymore. We're paving the road." So that's a state project, and we have to go through
Yeah,
the
you're right.
DOT.
So
to do any
sometimes
of
that
that.
could hold up that project just dealing with the state on some levels. One thing that I would say is also interesting is that, like, for us, we sold the YMCA to Mattern Construction for, I believe, $1. But the idea was he was going to put over $1 million into this project, and it'll create Mattern Construction's offices upstairs, and then downstairs retail, and then he's building to suit on the side of it. These Guys Brewery, another famous brewery on Franklin Street
Yep.
next to Epicure in Norwich. They're going to move. They originally planned to move up to the top of Church Street, where they bought the old Hebrew school, which had a really sweet basketball court in the basement, like a classic basketball court, and they turned it into a brewery. And they were going to put a restaurant upstairs, but something happened, and they looked at traffic patterns, and that road doesn't get that much traffic. It's like a hill that goes behind everything. So
Okay.
going down where Mattern can basically build to suit their project, which is where they wanted to put their place originally, but now someone else is footing the bill. It works out great for them. They're
Yeah.
going to have this fantastic, beautiful new place at the entrance to Norwich, because that's kind of where the hub of Route 12 and Route 2 hit Norwich. There'll be this brand new Hotel Callista, which is the old Elks Club. And then the YMCA, which was defunct for 20 years, is about to become this brand new These Guys and commercial district. And I think it's nice that the entrance to our town will finally be attractive instead of an
Yeah.
abandoned building.
YMCA, where you can get a good meal, hang with the boys.
Let me tell you, YMCA.
YMCA.
I was waiting for that.
You were gonna say you got all squirrely there for a second.
I grew up in Norwich, so I used to go to YMCA all the time. So
That's good for Norwich.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
guess what? There's the possibility of a YMCA coming to Griswold now,
Yeah.
and that's part of that 138. I'm sorry, 164 project.
Part of that project, the Heritage
Yeah.
River project, and all that.
they need a lot more for kids and stuff like that.
Well, you got
The thing
Great
is,
Wolf
now you
Lodge
got
in
this
Foxwood's
YMCA.
going to be coming.
The only problem I have with that
but that's all
YMCA
money
down
and pricey stuff.
164
You
is
know?
where it's at. Now, how are the kids going to get there? That's the problem.
The only thing I would only say that, like, and I don't mean to besmirch anyone's memories of the YMCA, but it's a distant past that's what kids really want to do. And being in the industry of skateboarding and bicycling and disc golf and those things, they like outdoor activities, but they don't want to go play racquetball and they don't want to swim in a pool. And they're not going to go to the Young Male Christian Association for the same things that people did in 1975. So in a weird way, it changes everything. But right now, the thing that I've designed a park for downtown Norwich, outdoor space that's usable, that is attractive to residential people moving into town. Where there was Buckingham School, it's a huge multi-acre lot, but it's empty. They knocked down the school a long time ago. Formerly, it was the mansion of one of the Green brothers that owned Greenville. So this hill, I did a plan with community development, and we basically took at the top of the hill, there's a playground for little kids, like little kids with adult workout equipment, just the kind you find in a park. So there's an area for them to play. And then as you go down, there's an art wall, so we could get money from Sector. And then that gives us an opportunity for people to be creative without graffitiing downtown, because we don't want to ruin the brand new walls that we do have. And then it goes down a step, and on that area, the plateau has, because it's basically 3 steps. In the middle step, there was bocce ball, volleyball, and pickleball, which pickleball is huge right now. Right. Put a pickleball court in your town. I swear to God, it'll change your business demographic entirely. And then there's a walking track around that in the design. And then on the lower portion, closest to Washington Street, a skate park with a pump track. A pump track's kind of like a walking track, but for anything with wheels to go around it. And then the basketball court would get redone. But this idea, all I did was look at the park that's on my street, Central Avenue in Norwich, where the skate shop is. There's a small park playground at the end of the street near 7th that has basically a little gymnasium for kids, little jungle gym, and then it has a cupola, and then it has a basketball court, but it's 3 little steps, and it's tiny. And I was like, why don't we just make it scalable? Because there's enough open space around Norwich that isn't doing anything. And my idea
here too.
Yep. And the idea was, instead of putting in one YMCA type community center where not everybody can even fit inside it, and it costs you $30 million, you can literally put in a park that costs $1.5 million if you went to the max, and do 10 of those for $15 million. And now you've got 10 beautiful parks around town instead of one building that most people won't go to. And that also, too, if you happen to buy a house. It doesn't
do anything for the town either.
No,
the YMCA
not really.
Doesn't really bring anything into the town.
And probably wants a tax break, or it's off the tax rolls, or everything
We discussed this before about putting in something like a park thing like that, where the families
you're
and
right
all kinds.
pickleball.
Yeah,
and the pickleball. And even at the school, they've talked about, we got tennis courts up there that need to get redone.
Just turn them into pickleball courts.
They've talked about turning them into pickleball courts.
Because my friend right now just got hired in Mystic, I believe, with their YMCA program for being their head for instruction. He's in Denver teaching lessons for pickleball. A gentleman named Arnold Delina, who's he makes a lot of like movies in town. He has like a production company for doing weddings and functions and things. He's got a real famous business for that called Burnberry. But he basically has got everyone in Norwich going up to the lots to play pickleball up in the new courts they put near the senior center. And I see him post every day. He's really good about the video content, but it just shows you. And I would say, as an example of something that is successful, that should be something you just jump on it and put them in. Because tennis, some people play it, but pickleball, everyone plays it.
Oh yeah.
It's not big
old and young.
Yeah, it doesn't bang up your body as much as tennis and all that stuff.
Get it out of the kitchen.
Also, too, the skateboarding, and I don't mean to monopolize the conversation. I apologize. But in that same vein, if you were to think about skateboarding, your skateboard park is terrible. That's why no one goes to it. If it was redone.
Talking about Jewett City?
Yeah, it is. It's terrible. But so is Norwich now. Norwich is so outdated and run down. It's terrible. That's why everyone goes to Willimantic and Groton. But if you want destination locations that bring people in from an hour into your town, if that skate park was better than anyone else's, everyone would come to it. But no one goes to it because it's a little steep. It's a little rocky. I mean, all the things that Jeff Poprock was the guy, are like wicked steep. It's not a fun skate park to learn at.
Probably not safe either.
It's just quirky. I mean, it'd be like, if the baseball field, the infield was gravel instead of clay, you wouldn't want to slide into second. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what that's like.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Extreme
Could
baseball.
be kind of fun.
But then the last thing is disc golf. Disc golf in Norwich. We put in 9 holes. We made it 18, and then we doubled the baskets to 36 holes total. There's 36 unique holes of disc golf. We use this app called UDisc, and UDisc tells you how many unique rounds, how many people have visited. People check in when they go to play, and it gives us a statistic every month of how many people use it. You wouldn't believe how many people come to Norwich to throw frisbees. It's wonderful. So for almost no money, less than $4,000, you can build a disc golf course. and you'd have something that people would come from everywhere to play, and then they would usually solicit all your local businesses because they're in town anyway. They'll go get a beer, they'll get a burger, they'll get some gas. So
See,
I'll tell you.
we need Jeff. We need Jeff.
No, we just need people to go around this neighboring town and see why they're being so successful. Get
This
those
is
ideas.
one of the reasons why I like to have
Yeah.
Jeff come in here. And
Yeah.
it's been very long since we've had him here, but Jeff's always talking about the positive growth end of what Norwich is doing.
Yep.
You know, you can anybody can pick up the sludge from any town and talk about it, complain.
Oh yeah.
He's always talking about, well, this is what we're doing good. This is what we're doing good. So right now, I almost want to move to freaking Norwich because of everything that he's talking about. But think about it. How much of that are we doing at all, or have been doing? I'm not saying it's not in the cards, or at least his tarot cards, which we'll find out.
It's moving along. It's not moving. Well, we lost a few years.
Yes.
Okay, we fell into a black hole for the last couple of years, right? So,
I think Plainfield's in the same.
and I don't know, Plainfield.
No,
I
they're
talked to
moving,
Kevin.
they're
Kevin
moving.
just got. I forget the
Uline.
Uline. Yeah, Uline's coming in.
They're the largest shipping.
Yeah, I know, like
Largest
Uline
company
and
of
stuff.
shipping
Yep.
supplies in the world.
It's the heaviest catalog I throw away
Yes!
every 2 months, man. That thing's like this thick.
It's
It's amazing.
you
It's
know,
huge.
maybe they're not
We're-
moving as
1.3
fast as maybe you think they
million
are, but he's doing
Yeah.
more than we have. Been.
They're fantastic.
Plainfield.
And we need to. We're sitting between Lisbon Landing and what Plainfield's doing, and now this guy over here is telling us all about Norwich. Now I'm feeling really bad about that.
No, don't feel
You
like
know,
that. You
but
know, you
it's
guys
like-
did something really fantastic.
I really want to see Griswold do the same thing, or Jewett City and Griswold get on that bandwagon.
We do
move
have
along.
some good things, like you said, the
Yeah.
Sunflower Festival, which we don't have
Yeah.
anymore.
do
But
that.
they have
Was
the,
that only
no.
1 year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And that was huge for my business because
Yes.
I got a lot of people when
Yeah.
I was on.
No,
there.
it's like what we
It was
have
huge.
done in the past is like, oh, let's do this. Okay, let's not do it again.
And then they had the what was it, the bike night thing that they had here too? That was
Mhm.
what, 1 year?
Yeah, that was a little different though, and why they didn't. That's a totally different.
Yeah, but
that's
that
a
was
cut
just
different
1 year.
conversation, right?
There was something else that they did. It was only 1 year.
I will tell you this: as far as bike night is concerned, the event itself was flawless.
The aftermath.
It was after.
Yep.
There
Oh,
were a
trust
couple
me, I
of
know.
things that.
Shouldn't have happened.
Well, whether they should or shouldn't have, it didn't set well with a lot of people. But the event itself was flawless.
a recommendation that I would like to say is that your Sunflower Festival, when I was here, I bumped into Lisa Griffin, the president of Eastern Bank,
Yep.
Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank, and I saw her down in the middle of the street. I was like, what's up? How are you? And everybody was just having fun, and the street was packed. But that brought a lot of money to your downtown and a lot of
Yep.
business for that day. So what we always do is we generally have different one seasonal, we'll say. So there's the St. Patrick's Day. We do a Halloween parade. Deanna Rhodes, who's our city planner, she has this cauldron of dancers, which is kind of like a witches group that she's a part of, and it's fantastic. And then there's
That's right
also
up your alley.
yeah, and there's so many wonderful ideas, but they do one every season. So there's always a parade. The Norwich Events Organization heads it, which is Miria Toth. It's Becca Alberts, she owns These Guys Brewery, which is a really nice brewery in town. And then there's Paul Seifert and a few other people that are on the board. I don't remember all of them. But the idea is they basically organize these 4 parades, which kind of are the same thing. It's a little carbon copy. You know what I mean? They're not
Yeah.
different, but they're all unique. And in that way, for those particular days, thousands of people crowd the streets of Norwich. And if that helps, like a Billy Wilson's, a local bar that Paul Seifert owns. We love Paul.
We had
And,
Spooktopia, and that was crazy. That we had thousands of people. It didn't go through town though, but went down to the Veterans Park over, just down Ashland there.
That was a crazy event.
that was a lot of people there.
Yeah, and
A lot of
that'll
kids.
be the volume of customers
Yeah.
that on one day can make a business, $10,000 that they would have waited 2 weeks or 3 weeks for that money to come in. They made it in one day.
I still think you got to take people and put them in front of the business, like having something downtown.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think you have to put them right in front of them so they'll see
Yep.
it.
And that's what I mean. The Sunflower Festival to me was a parade right through your stretch of downtown.
Yes.
Just do that 4 times a year and clog downtown. and use that as a mechanism. I mean, you guys all are a part of the Chamber of Commerce, right? With Angela Adams and the Great
I am,
North
yeah.
Area. So she's one of our greatest assets. She is everybody's cheerleader for their business. She makes sure everybody knows what's going on everywhere. So, I mean, maybe throw some of those after hours events here. They do a lot of Thirsty Thursdays type of after hour meet and greets. Maybe
Yep.
that would be nice to have it at some of the downtown locations. A lot of times the business offers to give the food or the drink or whatever it is at a discount or for free. Someone sponsors it. So it's not just like, you have to kind of like, you have to put your ante in, but like at the same time, if some business wanted to do that in town, but it brought every business owner that was from the greater Norwich area to your store, maybe that's, even if 20 customers love you enough to come back 10 times,
Yeah.
I mean, you change your
See,
bottom
that's
line.
the thing right there. It's like I know a lot of businesses that complain, and they'll say, "I don't have any customers. They're not walking in my door."
Do something about it.
Exactly. And then they sit back. Then they'll post something on Facebook that nobody goes to their damn page because they don't do anything about it. They don't share it. They just sit there and go, "Well, I put it on Facebook."
Yeah.
Yeah. You got no one coming in? Yeah. All right. So there you go. But here's something. Daryl, who's a business owner in town, Daryl Nadeau, he runs the Healthy Computer, which is on School Street, Jewett City. It's right next to the what was it next to?
The feel good.
No,
The
the
feel
dog
good.
groomer.
Oh yeah, dog groomer. Oh, yeah, the feel good place. I don't know. And
Well, that's one of them.
Yeah, do a good place.
So he says events are nice, but they're only good for the days they are run. We need sustainability to go along with the events. I totally 100%
Yeah.
disagree. And I'll tell you why. Because you can get sustainability from the people that are walking in your door that day.
You have to
It's
make a lasting
up
impression.
to you.
You do
You know,
have to make a lasting impression.
If somebody
on
walks in your store, right?
Yeah.
You want them to come back. You want them to feel comfortable, right?
Yeah.
So if you have an event that brings you 10 people, why not? He's not a retail, organization. He's not sitting there like selling
Selling
computers and stuff like that.
he fixes them. So and his line is a little bit different.
But he could, he could have something set up outside of his shop, right? And then just stop here and we'll talk about your a free analysis of what's going on with your computer. Why is it slow? I don't know, but something to bring people over to him, and then he can go ahead and he can manifest that relationship with that customer.
Yeah, if there's thousands of people that come in for a Sunflower Festival and 10% of them love the town, that's 100 people that might buy from you. And then if you do that 4 times a year, now there's 400 people that might buy from you, maybe some overlap. But every time you do it, you're increasing the percentage of people that came into town. But if you don't throw festivals and you don't create that, that grouping,
environment,
It
you're
takes
never
an
going to have
investment. He's
anybody
saying
see
you got to invest in it to get the people to come back.
It'll take a little time. But
And I like his energy. I really do.
Yeah.
And I go to the board meetings.
That's why I love talking to him.
And I go to
because
all these meetings and stuff like that. Just like I ran for first selectman the last time around.
You lost.
Now I'm in- and I have to forget about my past defeats. Okay, that's what she told me.
We're going to
last week.
transition to
But
you in a
anyway-
minute, by the way.
But anyway, I learned a lot, and what I've seen at the board meetings I've gone to, and all like this, all I hear, and I don't want to. And Paul's on the EDC, and it's we don't have the money to do this. We don't have. There's a lack of energy that
Let's
I
talk about
see.
what we can do, not what
Yeah,
we can't
we
do.
can't
And I
do.
think that's
There's got to be. We got to get people with energy that want to change the way we want to operate in this town.
Mhm.
And
All
I
right,
like what
so-
you're doing.
I'm going to be honest with you, and I've said this to Paul.
Yeah.
Paul, I love Paul.
Yep.
To me, he's like a father figure. He's been coming here 6, maybe 7 years now.
Yep.
And doing part of the show. My personal relationship with him, the way I feel about him is like a father figure. He's taught me a lot, in the last, just about life, talking to him and stuff. He's a brilliant man. But I've told him, we got to change out people on economic development. And he's on economic development. To Paul, in all of his infinite wisdom, which he does have, which you guys don't really see when he's on the show. The man is 80.
Yeah.
And I think it's time to pass the torch.
So I was thinking
Another
like
guy named
fresh
Jim.
blood.
Yeah. Another brilliant man, owns tons of real estate and has become wealthy because of it and has a ball of energy. Yet he's 80 plus. Tom, who's the chair, right? Another nice guy. Teacher, was a business owner in town. I used to go to his studio. It's called High G Music Studio. Wonderful musicians. 70 plus. I think, we talk about like what Biden and Trump and how freaking old they are.
Yeah.
Well, that's our best choice.
Yeah, we need
These are nice men.
right. They are,
And they are
and they've
very
got a lot of history, and they've got a lot,
They do.
and they know where the problems are, but we need the energy.
But I
And
said this to Paul. I said,
so,
I think it's time to transition to other people. And I've said this a lot: old money versus new money. And you got people that just don't want to let go. And I think you have that in Norwich. It sounds like
We have some people that have come in with fresh ideas. I mean, we are like community development. With the advent of Kevin Brown coming in, he's a past colonel in the Army Rangers, and he's a get it done type of dude. And he moves at 100 miles an hour. There is no BS in anything he says. He'll just straight shooter. And it's yes or no as it is. Like, I like the fact that we're not going to have conjecture and we're not going to postulate forever with him. It's like, no, we're moving forward or we're not. But that's important in business. Like, we have to be succinct in what we say. There's a couple other people in town that are young and hungry, and that's good. Our board, as far as our chamber board, our city council has changed quite a bit, and I think that's good. We have a new state representative, Darrell Wilson. Came into power in the last year. He was a former city councilman. He's worked in the city for a long time. He's doing a lot of good for us. We also, Kathy Ostin from originally for First Select.
Sprague.
Yeah, fantastic. As far as there's a lot of opportunities that come to Norwich because of good representation.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's all there for all of us. Like, we all have to tap into that, even for Druid City and the boroughs here. There's got to be like working with your, elected leaders outside of the city to pull money in.
so. Like Daryl and I
and we have done that. We have worked with Heather,
Yep.
Brian. We got Brian Lanou as our state rep.
Yep.
Heather Summers, our senator. So, and they have helped us with getting some money and stuff like that.
especially
But-
Heather.
Yep. But we have to, like you said, we need to get some energization in our boards. And, and I've always said this, we've had a lot of people that have put a lot of their own time, because a lot of it's volunteer stuff. You don't get paid a dime for what you're doing with this stuff, right? So you're all doing it for the good of the town. And I think a lot of it is what we can get out of the town hall, what kind of money we're going to get out of the, Board of Finance and that kind of stuff to invest in the town. We had Scott Davis on not long ago. My question about how we going to utilize our monies in our general fund to invest in the town to get us to move forward, because we need to have that.
Mhm.
What can we get help from with Heather and Brian to try and get more grants and stuff? Keep on top of the grants. I don't think we've done that well in the past either. Stay on top of grants. What money's available to help us?
Well, we have a new regime, so to
Right.
speak, in town, and I think going forward we're going to be a lot better off.
Yeah.
But it's really good to hear from,
Oh, yeah.
from Jeff and from another town, on what they're doing. Daryl
Yep.
says having massage parlor next to you really limits the quality of the events I would be a part of. Daryl, I love you, man. I really do, but I still disagree. I still think that you could have great quality events. The town can, and let's stop complaining about them and just act like they're not there.
Also, too, is it
You know?
the massage parlors? I have quite a few friends who are masseuses that make huge money helping people with all sorts of problems. So maybe it's not a bad thing to have.
It depends
Except
on the
when
massage.
when their advertisements say, "Come in for the most romantic experience."
It's
They
Beautiful Asian women.
They set the
it's an
mood.
advanced
Yeah.
massage parlor. Let's say that
Yeah.
advanced.
So it's not a wellness
I know what you're talking about.
massage.
It's not wellness.
I-
It's
yeah.
Well,
That's
yeah.
why are they still in operation?
Yeah, I've gotten those good
They can't
massages
shut
that
them down.
help you, with
Maybe they moved
sports
from
massage
Brooklyn.
stuff like that. But yeah,
I don't know if the green massage.
Well, you
will
follow
be-
them, don't you?
I'm just curious.
All right, I want to transition into Lisa because
I'm good.
and well, let me ask you, what kind of belief do you have in like psychic ability?
Oh, I think it's fantastic.
Okay, Why don't we flip a couple of cards for Jeff?
Put me on.
Jeff's like, ah, crap.
No, I love it. I've always thought, like, the idea that like twins can always read each other's
Yeah.
minds, but so can mothers and children. And if you're
So that's the best intuition is a mother's intuition. Like a mother always knows what's going on with her child, always. So all those times she stayed out late at night and didn't think your mom knew about it. Guess what? She knew about it. She just didn't say anything.
She definitely did. I was in a car accident once on Route 32. An old lady cut across 2 lanes of traffic and almost killed me and a bunch of friends. My mom knew I was in L&M hospital. No one had called her.
Yep.
And she
Wow.
came to
Mother's
the
intuition
hospital.
is the best psychic.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
She heard about the accident. She drove right to the hospital.
And I watched my twin grandsons and the way they communicate with each other. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, one didn't eat the other, so that's good.
That is.
That's always good.
I did eat my twin in the womb.
Did you?
I did.
I think my son did too.
Yeah.
I also had a friend named Lynn Petrozewski Perry. I went to high school with her. And if I always thought about Lynn during high school years, if I thought about her, my phone would ring. If I thought about her. And then one day I was at her
You manifested it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
And then at her
manifested it,
30th birthday party, which was many years ago, we'll say, I overheard her cousin saying, and if I thought about you, you would call me. And I was able to walk and be like, yeah, I agree. That was me too. So to this day, Lynn and I are still great friends, but we share some sort of extra connection. I always thought that was cool.
Daryl, he wants to go. Would you have your business next to one? I think I would just do business as I do business.
Yeah, people
And
would
not
come
worry
to my
about it.
business no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm selling the best skateboards and shoes in town.
It's not like they're standing outside in bikinis.
No.
Yeah.
Going, oh, you look coming here.
No.
No, it's not happening. So anyway, but before we get into are you pulling the cards, we need to do one thing. And that is sing you happy birthday.
No, no. No,
Yes,
you
here we
don't.
go.
Yeah.
Happy birthday
to
to you.
Oh,
Happy
Lord.
birthday to you.
Lisa Susie,
Happy birthday to
Lisa Susie.
Lisa.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
See,
I'm 29.
you're 29.
29.
That is awesome. Also, let's see. Rebecca says she is amazing. And Laura also says happy birthday, Lisa.
Thank you, guys.
So,
You're
All right.
You're throwing her off.
No.
Now she's got to get refocused.
No, because I already flipped the cards.
all right. So she's got a couple of cards here for Jeff.
So,
So,
it shows that in the past you always carried everybody else's burdens. Like you carried the weight of it could be family, friends, just in general. You felt like you had to be the bearer of their problems, like to either help them out with things or whatever. You always took that on upon yourself. But it does say that you are a very carefree spirit. Like if you see something that you're intrigued by, you take that leap of faith and you go with it. Like there's nothing stopping you from there. But it does say that sometimes you do need that little inner voice that tells you to stop and think before you jump. Okay. It also shows like you have a lot of family support around you for your shenanigans that you like to do.
shenanigans.
Shenanigans, yeah, that's the best way I can describe it. So, and you're also a very loving person to people around you. So you express yourself. You're not afraid to show emotion. You're not afraid to let people know that they're loved or that you care about them. But still kind of like listen to that inner voice, that little protector that's trying to tell you.
No, I'd say
Just
all that's accurate. All
Thank
that's dead on. Yep, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Anybody out there that wants to have Lisa pop a card for you, like we did last week? It's,
For the new year.
For the new year.
New year.
Oh, this year already.
It
It
is.
is.
It is. Ah!
I wish I was 29.
Oh, so by the way, I just want to make this quick announcement: is that we have had an app for many years, and it's gone, for SNSN. It's going through different phases and different changes and stuff like that. First, it was SNSN, then it was SNSN Sports, and then it was. We transitioned, into something else called "We Love the '80s," kind of echoing what we do on TikTok. Great, right? And everything was good. But the thing is that we were always based around music on the app itself. And honestly, I don't think people listen personally to apps or radio stations unless it's like Spotify where you search your own stuff, but just, for programmed music. I don't think they do. I don't. What do you feel about that? I mean, to actually listen to music, I'm not talking about background stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to Spotify, or I'm going to YouTube or something like that.
Because people don't listen to Howard Stern to hear the music, and people aren't listening to this to listen. They want to hear you.
Exactly. So now we have gone into, or Justin says Pandora. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to Pandora. Amazon Music.
So the app we have now, it says, if you were to look at it, it says we love the 80s and has an 80s icon on it, but that's getting changed. So, and basically what it's going to be is SNSN News, Talk, and Sports is what it's going to be. The icon's going to change. So what I'm asking people to do, if you don't already have it, is to download the app.
Sure.
Download the app. Just go to, if you search SNSN Radio, it'll come up as News, Talk, and Sports. SNSN News, Talk, and Sports. Two things. If you download the app, sign into the app like you would any other app, and then click yes for notifications. Because what we plan to do is we plan to go ahead and send not spam, but like sports scores, news updates, as they come in.
Didn't you have that at one time? Where
We did, and it worked out really well. And I was stupid and said, I want to try something else. And I should have left it.
Yeah,
Is what I should have done. So but right now, if you look at it, it's got this. It's got a cassette on it, but it's going to change. Exactly. Woo! And you just click listen live. But you have to actually start the account and then make sure you hit yes for notifications. We are not spamming anybody. I promise you. You're not going to get whacked with a ton of notifications. Boom, 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 boom. Or anything like that.
See, I have it in my iCloud for some reason.
You probably had it at one point.
Yeah.
But we're going to use it for public awareness or something that's going on that we can go ahead and get out to people right away that aren't listening. You can go ahead and just whatever. And I think there's a market for that. And it doesn't really take much of your time or your energy to go ahead and download this or space on your phone.
Okay.
So anyway, that's what we're hopefully that will happen. So, people want cards.
Okay.
Peggy from Utah would like a card. Utah. Matter of fact, Peggy is going to come see Jeff at Ideal Skate Shop. She's booking a plane trip now.
Nice.
So Peggy from Utah, it's telling her that she needs to be guarded going into the new year. I don't know if there is a gentleman that's in her life that is kind of like very rule driven, kind of strict, kind of like no fun, where I feel she wants to go out and enjoy life and have fun and everything. Okay. There's restrictions that are coming in the new year for her. So
okay, is that all you got?
Yep,
well, now. Peggy, there you go. 2024 is going to suck.
Not suck. There's just going to be rules that have to be in place.
Either that or kick the guy out. I don't know.
No, you can't do that. All right, Cindy Christina, which is her middle name, but she wants a card. Peggy said, "Thank you" in caps.
Sorry.
Well, tell Dennis I said goodbye.
With Christina, things that are coming into the new year for her is there's a lot of growth, a lot of expansion. So things that have been kind of like put on a back burner right now is going to grow. She's going to put wheels in motion, maybe career or relationships or anything like that. There's a huge growth coming in for her. So, for the new year.
So a relationship with a huge growth.
well, no, not just the relationship with a huge, just in general. Like she has a lot of growth coming in.
Got it. Okay.
So
Very nice. Very nice. Laura says, pull a card for me.
Laura. So with Laura, she needs to plan things out. She needs to be very detailed, very organized. Make sure she's dotting all her I's and crossing all her T's. Double check things as they're going through. I feel that there's gonna be like something a disarray, like something's gonna be missed. So go through and make sure that she's like got an agenda. So if she has a date book, I would like definitely put everything in her date book and stuff like that to make sure everything's in the water. So she doesn't miss anything.
Okay. Anybody else here on Psychic Thursday for Lisa to pull a card? Do you have any predictions or anything for 2024? Like, any predictions on the celebrity Deadpool?
Celebrity death.
Yeah, we talked about that. The other day.
I'm still saying Mel Gibson.
Oh yeah.
I'm still.
Oh no, we did this, and then we had talked about like,
Come on, who
Do
had
it.
Tom Smothers? Really? Come on.
do you remember when we
What about
talked
my
about
bingo card?
Bob Barker that day and Queen Elizabeth? And we both said
Yeah.
that they would be gone by the end of 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So but now it's 2024. Just about.
We're not there yet.
No, come on. We need to know
So
who's on your
everyone we
bingo
said,
card here.
everyone that we said did cross over,
Yeah.
including Betty White.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, we thought
Yeah.
she was going to live to like,
170.
yeah, I think she was an alien along with Queen Elizabeth. Just saying.
She's a Pleiadian.
Well, she kept
Yeah.
busy.
Huh?
She was a busy person up till she was 99.
Yeah.
Who, Betty White?
Yeah.
She lived off of hot dogs and wine.
So here's mine. Ready? Mel Gibson is one.
Okay.
All right. Ready? Ric Flair, the wrestler.
Okay.
I think he's going to be circling the drain. And the other one is William Shatner.
I see William Shatner. I don't know.
Okay.
I think he's another one that's an alien.
He's from Canada. Of course he is.
Yeah.
He's Captain
So-
Kirk. How can he be an alien? Oh,
think-
I
geez.
know.
I think Bruce Willis.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
not well anyway.
Yeah, but I don't think
You're
he's
gonna say
make
Phil
it.
Collins next?
No. Is Morgan Freeman still alive? Yes.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
Yes, I think he's going to be another one. And you really think Mel Gibson?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, one of my favorite movie actors, Clint Eastwood, he's up there, and
Now I'm going to have to see about Mel Gibson.
he's gonna be 93 or 94
Yeah.
this
Oh,
year.
they're all up there.
Yeah.
Jeff, you have anybody on your celebrity death pool bingo card?
No one that I'm thinking about dying, but I would like to give you two little anecdotes about William Shatner that are funny. One, the Michael Myers mask from the horror movie
Yes.
is a
Yeah.
spray painted white William Shatner face.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that. I've heard that. Yeah.
And the other thing is that if it wasn't for Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz with Desilu Productions, there is no Star Trek. There is no William Shatner. They're the ones
Really?
that Gene Roddenberry took the script to, and he greenlit it. And so, yeah, Lucille Ball funded the first season of Star Trek, which is why it exists.
And
Yeah.
you know what the other
That's
funny
awesome.
thing is that Star Trek was not as popular on TV in its first run
No.
as, and neither was the Brady Bunch.
No.
They've gained popularity 100-fold in
Yeah.
syndication.
Yes, they did.
All right, so you pulled a card on Mel Gibson.
So I pulled a yes or no.
Oh,
And it did say there's a very strong possibility he will not make it through
Yeah.
2024.
yeah. I just
So when
kinda-
you do, so I could do yes or no questions too, because the yes or no questions you
Yeah.
flip into, you get an ace
Mm.
or 13 cards. So
Okay.
Yep.
Anybody else want a card pulled by our resident psychic Lisa Susi, who owns Crystal Visions, which is a new age gift shop in the town of Plainfield. It used to be here in Griswold or Jewett City, actually. Well, which is the town of Griswold. But we'll forever be pissed because she left.
I wouldn't have left.
Yeah, it wasn't on your.
It wasn't on her.
It wasn't on
Yeah.
her.
It's good because I mean we've got a couple of business owners really in today that really are sandwiched with us.
Yeah.
Jeff with Ideal Skate Shop on Central Avenue in Norwich, and or is it actually Greenville?
It's they say Greenville, but it's Norwich. It's
Norwich.
the same zip code. Yep.
Gotcha. And Crystal Visions on Railroad Avenue in Plainfield. So we've gotten some good thoughts, from both. And I think the idea is maybe, we can, I think you always learn from people that are doing it.
Yep.
You don't learn from someone who's shutting their doors. It's like, well,
Nope.
let's
Yeah.
try
Yeah,
that.
you go outside and go to towns that are being successful at it and get some ideas from what do I got to do to change? We have to change to move forward.
There's no bad thing of walking in and going, hi, can I talk to your owner?
Yeah.
Well, who are you? I'm just, worried about or concerned about my town. I want to get an idea of what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I
Yeah.
have there's a lady that works for the town of Plainfield. She comes in every once in a while, checks on me, sees how I'm doing, which is very nice. And they also did a ribbon cutting ceremony for me when I first went back to Plainfield. So, and they promoted it on the town website, which Jewett City doesn't do anything like that either. So,
If you're a member of the Greater Norwich Area Chamber of Commerce, we do ribbon cuttings for every business that opens. However, if someone opened a business but wasn't a member of the chamber, then it's not our responsibility. But if they happen to join the chamber, it's like $250 or $60 a year.
It's not.
but see, you know what's
expensive.
funny is in Plainfield, no one's ever even approached me about that.
Oh, you could send her up to you.
Yeah, no one's ever approached me about joining.
I'll be honest with you. The Greater Norwich Area Chamber of Commerce, when I first got into that, I was able to network with some people that are with us,
Yeah.
advertising with us today, like Burns Insurance, Lisa Griffin with Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Have you seen the news on Lisa?
That she is it a grandchild just came in?
Baby Griffin. That's all I know.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Oh.
But it sounded like it was like Christmas information.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and it just goes on and on. People that we've been able to network with has been very beneficial to us, and have really created good relationships. So,
Here, take a picture of that.
Angela,
So I'm not going to be here the next couple Thursdays.
what? Oh, you're going to be in Disney
I'll
again.
be down in Disney World.
It's all right. You can
So-
join in virtually on your
Thank
phone.
you.
Yeah, I can
Hey,
bug
I've done that before.
you. Yeah.
Because
She has.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
springtime, I'm at the Cape.
You were camping.
I
You
was
were camping, flipping cards.
So I'm hoping my cohort there, Kathy or Rich, is going to be well enough to come in on Thursdays with you. But since I'm not going to be here, you can pull a card for me. See if you can
Okay.
tell me what
For
2024 bodes
2024?
for me.
As long as nothing political, because I don't like politics.
I don't either. I just run for office.
Yeah. He's not a politician. That's the funny thing.
So you are going to be very carefree, very free-spirited. Again, you're going to try to take these leaps of faith. Like, yep, I'm just going to go with it, see what happens. But you really need to listen to that inner voice, probably your wife telling you, hey, hey, listen, you really want to do this? But it does.
She's
look
my
like
rock.
You're going to have like a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of fun and carefree moments.
I'm retired. I can do that.
Okay, so that
there you
makes
go.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Live life on the edge, but
Not
Yeah.
too
always
close to the edge.
Not too
exactly.
close.
Always
Fall
have
off the
that
edge.
person that's ready to grab you in case you fall.
Good.
Anybody else want a card pulled for themselves this morning for 2024? Lisa is here, and it might just be you and I next Thursday.
That's okay. I'll be here. I'm here on my birthday.
You're here on your birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Mm.
29 again. That is awesome.
I am 29. I've been 29 for quite a few years.
Couple.
Because I feel like I have the alien in me as well.
Yes. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Reptilian.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to be a reptilian.
No.
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 Although my skin is like reptilian, I do have dry, scaly skin.
So Jeff, I'm going to ask you,
Sure.
since you talked about being a Mason.
Yes.
So Tell us about the New World Order.
We've got plans for you.
Oh, Jesus.
Actually, so you said next Thursday. Actually, I'll be being installed in my lodge. I'm the master of a lodge in Portland, Connecticut. I didn't know you could pick a different lodge. When I had my opportunity and I got my petition to join, I was so excited. I joined that lodge, and there's literally a lodge 3 minutes out my driveway in Preston on the line of Norwich. Yeah, 3 minutes. I've been driving 45 minutes for 6 years. Like, it's the craziest. But they elected me to be the head of the lodge again for the third year.
Yep.
We're doing big things and growing the numbers. We originally, when I came into the lodge, we had 6 to 10 members that showed up. We, at my last meeting, had 33 people. We're doing a lot of public speakers, a lot of beautiful meals, and we're going to do some movie nights and things. And I always say, if anyone's interested in philanthropy and doing their part and being a part of something that's bigger than themselves, go find a local Masonic lodge and walk in and ask some questions. I mean, they're not going to look for you. But if you were willing to put the effort
They
in,
might.
if you get tapped on the shoulder like Skull and Bones, you're in. So.
All right. So all of a sudden, it always happens. Oh, just when we're going to end the show, a plethora of people say, "I have a card." Folks, the show started at 9.
It did.
Rachel wants a card, if you don't mind.
Okay.
She says. Smiling face emoji.
All right. 2024.
For Rachel Taylor in South Carolina.
Oh, so it looks like with Rachel, she's going to have an expansion in her family. So it could be either a marriage coming in or the birth of a new baby. There's something that is going to be an expansion of her family. There's a lot of love, a lot of support around her during this time. So I like these cards when it's all about expansion and love and family and stuff like that. So that's what she's got coming in.
And your oil burner is going to crap out.
No.
I don't think you need tarot cards to tell people that. If you got a furnace, it's going to happen.
Sharon Pendleton would like a card. You only thought you were getting out of here.
Right? I got to open the shop.
Rachel, you're not in South Carolina? Yes, you are. Oh, you're in, she's in North Carolina. Oopsie.
So for Sharon, there is something coming in, a younger energy that will be coming into her domain. I'm almost feeling like this person is like an authority figure. So I don't know if, like, for her job, if it's like her bosses, there's going to be like a transition with a boss that's going to be very younger but very knowledgeable. We were talking about, getting new blood into places. Yeah. I feel that this is going to be like the same type of situation. There's going to be new blood that's coming in for her that's going to like expand her ideas and expand things that she's looking to do.
Okay.
So
very cool. All right. And Jane O'Connell Delaney. May I have a card? No emoji, just a period. May I have a card?
You like those emojis, don't you?
Emoji! Because I think they add things.
So for her, it shows that don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to look at bigger pictures. If there's something that you need, I kind of feel that she's very prideful, and
I don't think I do.
Is the type of person that won't ask for help when needed. But this is telling me that she really needs to ask for the help when it comes to a place. Like, she kind of got to swallow that pride a little bit.
Got it.
Nope, coming here.
All right, so Wayne, we will not see you next couple Thursdays, right?
You'll see me Tuesday
See you Tuesday.
before I take off. Yeah.
Where are you going?
Disney World
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice.
with the grandkids. Be fun.
Check out Chef Mickey's.
Did.
Okay.
I've done that twice.
Yes.
So
Because my grandkids enjoyed Chef Mickey's more than they did anything else in Disney.
if they're over
And it
3,
was cheaper.
they enjoy the characters. If they're under 3, the characters are so big.
Yeah.
It's my first granddaughter was like, she was scared to death of them when we went there. She was 1, I think. And then the next time we went, she enjoyed it. You know? But they're kind of scared of those big characters, I think. They're fine when they're at a distance.
Yeah.
Get close.
Yeah, because Chef Mickey's, they dance around with you.
Yeah, but yeah, that's actually good food, you know.
Sharon says thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
That's all in the thank you. Cindy, Laura. Okay. Jeff, thank you for coming by.
My pleasure, as always.
Yeah, I wish we would do this more frequently because you are a wealth of knowledge, you know, when it comes to what goes on in your town, you know, and then you have suggestions of what you could do based on the success of others, which is really cool. So
Why don't we organize one of these meetings with some city politicians in a private office where we can actually like put it in their ear directly and try and motivate them from, you know, a personal level. Because maybe that's what we need to do is sit with them.
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea at all.
Yep.
And of course, you, happy birthday,
Thank you.
my dear. You have the best birthday of all time.
Thank you.
And just watch that Mel Gibson.
Yeah, well, it says yeah. So we'll see.
So anyway,
Our
happy
predictions
birthday
was
to you.
right. Thank you.
Okay.
And Lisa Susie from Crystal Visions, Railroad Avenue. So, Ideal Skate Shop, Central Avenue, Norwich. And that's it. And Wayne from, Wayne's house.
Mary Beth's house.
Very best house. I don't want it.
Yeah.
All right. So have a good day, everyone. Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
us here on SNSN. And we will see you once again tomorrow with Paul Disco Lash.
Okay.
See ya.